Hey amigos, this is Comedy Ship Side Gig with me, Ignacio Lopez. This week I am chatting to Katie Owen, a DJ who has also started doing stand-up comedy. We chat her Welsh gran, vapes, and DJing around the world. Enjoy. Katie, what on earth are you doing here? What's going on?
I'm having a lovely morning.
Yeah?
Having a catch up with you. Just here to chat about comedy, life, music,
Yeah.
and everything in between.
So we met, I better explain how we met first up. We met doing Eisteddfod.
Yeah.
We were there to talk about Iaith ar Daith, which is the Welsh language learning show. They take you on a journey. How's that going for you? How's your Welsh?
Dwi dal dysgu Cymraeg. Dwi'n siarad Cymraeg bob dydd. I've been speaking it every single
Every
day.
day,
Every
yeah.
day, yep. That's fun. Yeah, I remember we met and we got the train back from the Eisteddfod. And I said to you, I was like, I'd love to do comedy.
Yeah, as lots of people do, and then they never go through with it. But Katie's actually doing comedy now, so I'm very impressed that somebody took my advice.
Took me 2 years to muster up the courage, but here I am.
Just 2 years later. That's usually how long it takes for people to take my advice on board, actually, is 2 years. So how long have you been doing comedy now, then?
So I started in March.
Yes.
And I've done 3 gigs.
Yeah.
It is terrifying,
Right?
but the adrenaline and the kind of I've loved doing it and I've wanted to do it for years. So
Yeah.
Taking the plunge to do it and just putting yourself out there is so fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, comedy is what you're doing comedy now, sort of starting out with that. But tell people, who are you? What do you do, Katie?
So, do I look
Which
to the-
camera are we looking
Which
to?
camera are we looking to?
This is all pretty fresh. This is a new podcast. We're going to get this eventually, and people will be like, camera 2.
Camera 2. I'm Katie Owen.
Yes.
I am a DJ and presenter.
Yeah.
I do a lot of music, sports, love football. Started learning Welsh 3 years ago. So yeah, new Welsh speaker, music, football, Wales.
How, if you had to describe, so your full-time job is DJ, is that correct?
DJ presenting.
And then you got other stuff on top of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you're like now a quadruple threat. You've taken on comedy as well,
Fingers in many pies.
which is how I lost my job in the pie shop, actually. So too many fingers in there.
Stop fingering pies.
I saw that documentary years ago, American Pie, and I was like, this is how I want to live my life.
Inspired.
If you had to describe to a 5-year-old what you do for a living, what would you tell them?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one. And 5-year-olds, sometimes difficult to convince that something's an actual job.
I'm trying to convince my nan still that I'm actually doing a job.
I think all people are like 5-year-olds, you know? They're very blunt. They've got no shits left to give.
They remind, or many, they remind me of like a toddler, or like someone drunk. They just spew out whatever. But no, if I had to describe myself to, I'd say a multi-genre Welsh girly.
And then the 5-year-old would say, what is a genre?
What is the genre? I'd say just DJ, music girl, music.
Great.
I don't know.
That works, yeah, because I mean, you're trying to boil it down to. So like, I was trying to explain to a 5-year-old before what stand-up comedy is, you know,
Yeah.
and they were like, "I tell jokes for a living," and they were like, "I tell
Ah.
jokes." And I was like, "Okay,"
Okay.
and they were like, "Knock knock." I said, "Who's there?" And then they had no follow-up, and I was like, "That's a very well deconstructed, you know, show of the art form and what you can do with it." You know, they had no follow-up.
It's like
Anti-comedy,
It's like Banksy.
like Banksy. Yeah.
Mysterious joke.
He was the
Mic
Banksy
drop.
of 5-year-old comedians. I'm impressed. Got a long career in it. So how did you end up DJing then? What convinced you could spin records?
So I started. I still can't spin records, to be honest. I'm just winging it.
Okay.
I started 8 years ago,
Yes.
and I started actually in the Moon Club in Cardiff.
Oh, nice.
And I used to play a Spotify playlist.
Okay.
So I love music. I've grown up listening to like the Beatles, the Kinks, the Who.
Yeah.
I'm an indie girly at heart.
Great.
I love indie rock. So I started DJing indie club nights, like in between bands, and then I was asked to do Isle of Wight Festival.
Sick.
Yeah, by the promoters of the club night. This feeling.
Well, so they promoted the night in the Moon then, did they?
The Moon, yeah. So they put on like new bands.
And then they were like, come over and do the
Come
Isle of
to
Wight
Isle of Wight
Festival.
Festival. So
That's a pretty jump. That's a big, steep jump up.
yeah, I was 18 years old, and I had to like.
So you were legal though. She was okay to go into these clubs.
I was
Yeah.
legal. I was legal. Yeah, just about. They'd like pay me in drink tokens. That'd be brilliant for me.
Because in Wales, that's not a given. You know, I used to, so my mom's from Pontardawe, and I used to go into a pub there regularly, like when I was 15, 16. And I actually turned up there one day to the owner and I said, "Oh, is there any chance I could book the function room, for a party?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course. Like, what's the date?" I said, "August the 8th." He's like, "Oh, what's the function?" I said, "Oh, it's my birthday." And he was like, "Oh, no way. How old are you going to be?" I was like, 18.
Oh, and you've been going there for months.
And he was like, "You've been drinking here for 3
You've
years."
been drinking for 10 years?
Yeah. He looked furious and he was like, "Well, okay, fine." And he put it in. He was like, "Well, anything else?" "Yeah, can I have a pint, please, Andrew?"
Did you have the mustache then?
I did have the mustache, so that's how I
see,
threw him.
I couldn't get the mustache. Well, I probably could, but...
I mean, you don't need one, I don't think, to DJ, though. The mustache is not part of the skills required. Are there any DJs with mustaches?
Do you know what? I actually can't think of any.
No. If the listeners at home, if you know any, send us a link and maybe I'll interview them, find out what it's like being a DJ with a mustache.
Could be a new niche.
Yeah. Mustache DJ. That would be a good nickname for a DJ, actually. DJ Mustache.
Tash DJ, yeah.
Do you have, do you just go by Katie Owen? Is it DJ Katie Owen? What's your DJ name?
Yeah, I started out DJ KO.
Nice.
That was like my family were like, "That's a brilliant name." And I was like, nah.
You didn't like it?
Nah.
You should
DJ
rock up like wearing like Street Fighter clothes and stuff.
DJ Knockout. So I was like, I'm just going to have DJ Katie Owen. But it's the amount of people who spell my name wrong. And I'm like, how can you spell Katie Owen wrong?
Is it, are they spelling the Owen wrong or the Katie? Where
Both.
do you get it?
Katie with a Y and Katie Owens.
Oh, they stuck an S on there.
Yeah.
As if there's two of you or something.
As if there's two Katie. Oh, imagine that. The world would just stop if
Double
there's two.
DJs, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, talking about names getting spelled, mine get spelled
Oh,
wrong a lot.
I'm preaching to the wrong choir, aren't I?
Yeah. So, I mean, in Spain, not an issue, of course.
Yeah.
But in Wales, people, and England and Scotland, everywhere all over the UK, they don't know how to spell my name. To the point where I've gotten so annoyed by it. It just kind of washes over you after a while.
You get used to it. You just accept this is who I am now.
Do you want to know my trick if somebody emails me and they've spelled my name wrong in an email?
What do you do?
Whatever mistake they've made in spelling my name, I make that mistake to their name when I reply to the email. So say, for instance, their name is John, right? And they've put an A at the end of my name instead of an O, right? I'll put an A at the end of their name.
I love that. That's like the most passive. I just feel like you've been in the UK.
Super passive aggressive,
it's very British passive aggressiveness, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I can't do the Spanish thing, which is to say, "Go fuck your mother," which you can't do that in a nice, polite work email, but you can stick an A on there. So
does anyone ever say anything back?
They never respond. They never reply to that. And sometimes it takes them so long to realize they're getting my name wrong, and then they'll get it right, and then I'll get their name right. So they're like, okay.
I love that. It's like the mental battle. Who gives up first?
It's very petty, though. It is very petty. I do
all
like it.
For it.
I mean, speaking of revenge, we were chatting before. You were doing. Where was the set you were doing? The DJ set where you took a very interesting form of revenge on somebody who was being a bit of a creep.
Oh yeah. So so I did my first DJ set in Isle of Wight, and then I was in my kind of like I used to work in a call center.
Of course.
You're
Welsh. We've all worked in a call center.
In call centers. And I was at the point where I was like, do you know what, right? I just want to try new things. So I saved up my money and worked. I went to Greece for a summer. Went to Zante, DJed. Well, I tried to DJ in Zante.
Class.
I had every job in that club, in an indie club, except for DJ. So I had bar girl, got fired from that. Luckily, the club manager was Welsh. So they kind of took pity on me.
So they just kept moving you around.
In the end.
Like priests who've done something wrong in Ireland, just moving them from different parishes.
In the end, my job was just to sit and talk to people in the pub because they felt sorry for me. So anyway, this guy comes in. I was only about 18, 19, and he was like a lot older than me. And he came in and he was like being creepy. And I was just being polite and whatever. And then so the pub shut, they had a lock-in.
Okay.
Club shut, they had a lock-in. And he came back at the end of the night without his friends, come into the lock-in, sat next to me, and wouldn't leave me alone. And he was like, "Oh, you're beautiful. I'd love to marry you and stuff."
Wow,
and
just
like,
full in there.
Full on in there. And I was like 18. And I was like, mate, could at least ask my name and my number first. So I was thinking to myself, how can I get this guy to leave me alone? Like, because he wasn't getting the hint. So I did what any honourable, reasonable female 18-year-old would do. I picked a massive snob from my nose. And he was quite big as well. And his arms were hairy.
Right.
So I picked this boogie from my nose and I wiped it in
oh
his
my
arm
God.
and smeared it into the hair on his arm. I wouldn't wouldn't recommend. He went fucking mental. He was going, you dirty English girl, you dirty English girl. And I was like, actually, I'm Welsh. But he left the club.
I mean, task accomplished. You did it.
Worked.
Mission accomplished. That's I've never heard of that happening, and that's going to be my new response now when somebody comes over tries to fill me up after a show or something. Because it does
Stranger
happen.
danger.
I'm gonna have to save up that snot now.
Save it up. But yeah, he was beautiful. Like he went ballistic.
Yeah.
But
what can he do? It's such a childish form of protest as well. I'm gonna pick my nose and wipe it on you.
Wipe it on your arm. I mean, I haven't done it since.
Yeah.
But, it worked, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just love that I was more offended he called me an English.
Absolutely.
Dirty English girl.
Yeah. He should be honored to have some Welsh snot on him,
Exactly. A little bit of leaks in there.
Why I know you loved music and you were going to these indie clubs. So sorry, that's not coming up, is it? I thought somebody was urinating in the corner.
I know, it does sound like a racehorse.
It's a sound effect.
Pissing like a racehorse, man.
We're gonna have to go around with some snot, I reckon, just to get people out of the room. So yeah, you've been DJing for a long time now. Where do you live? Where are you based?
So I live in London now.
Okay.
Walthamstow Central.
Walthamstow Central.
Yeah.
All right. Would you say that is an up and coming place?
It's all right.
Is it just the cheapest option?
It's the cheapest option, and they allow dogs.
Great.
It makes me laugh though because I live live near somewhere called Hoe Street.
You live near Hoe Street.
Hoe Street, yeah, and I walk past every day, and I'm like,
I know where that is. It's next to Pimp Avenue, isn't it?
Pimp
Avenue is right alongside it.
I live, Pimp Avenue I'm on, next to Hoe Street.
That's Pimp as in, pimp, not 5 in Welsh, by the way. I just
Oh,
want to
yeah,
point that out. I live at we gradually live at number 5 Hoe Street.
Pimp.
Pimp Hale.
Do you know, I love funny sounding Welsh words.
Okay.
My favourite, sponkin.
Sponkin's incredible. What does that actually mean? It's like hit or something, is it?
Squash, like
Squash.
tennis.
Okay, great. Sponkin.
Sponkin.
It sounds filthy.
Pimp, sponkin.
Sponkin.
What's your favourite?
My favorite Welsh word? Oh, that's a great question. The one I say the most is, well, it's not a word. I say city dweud all the time.
City dweud.
Because I don't know how to say something. But what I found is when I was learning Welsh, because I was with Katie Owen, North Welsh comedian, and I would find that I'd start thinking in Spanish again, even though I've been thinking in English for years. When I was trying to speak Welsh, I was thinking in Spanish. I was turning to Tither every now and again, saying "Cómo se dice?"
So you reverted back to factory settings.
Yeah, exactly. And Tither was looking at me like he thought he'd had a stroke or something because he couldn't understand what I was saying, but he knew I was trying to speak Welsh. He was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Oh shit, sorry, man, I'm speaking in Spanish again." So yeah, favorite word in Welsh. I mean, lots of comics do this joke and talk about it, but Dan Mitchell is the one I found it out of from years ago. Welsh comic. There's the Welsh word for jellyfish, the original Welsh word. Contamor.
Contamor.
Incredible.
Do you reckon there was a Welsh man in the sea and he just went, or he put his foot and he went, contamor. Yeah. What's your favourite Spanish word?
Favorite Spanish word? That's a good question also.
One that sounds a bit rude.
One that sounds a bit rude. The thing is, the swear words aren't really swear words in English. I love cabron. I say cabron all the time, which is offensive in Spanish, but not in English, I guess. It just means goat. So you call somebody a goat, and that's the most... Well, it's not super offensive, but it's quite offensive, yeah.
That's mad, though, because in the UK, goat is greatest of all time.
Exactly, yeah. So as soon as I hear that going around, it's like, how dare you call Raul a cabron? But they were like, no, he's the greatest,
Yeah.
What do you have any heroes? Who are your heroes? In anything. It doesn't have to be DJing, comedy, music, sports.
Oh, Jess Fishlock.
Who is Jess Fishlock?
So Jess Fishlock is a female Welsh footballer.
Okay.
And she got to the Euros. She's 38. She's still playing for Wales. So she's seen seen the Welsh football team go through, got us to qualify, and she's the oldest player to score a goal at the Euros.
Wow, that's a hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds weird though when you're because I'm 38, right? So when people are talking about sports and they're like, because I'm the same age as Rafa Nadal. We were born both in Mallorca, close together, and everyone's like, yeah, he's past it, he's retirement age, his knees are broken and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to reassess my life, Maybe tennis isn't for me, we'll figure it out.
No, it is minging in it when they're like, oh, this player's retired. You're like, they're only 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, it's a much smaller window they have for success. So to be still smashing goals in at 38 is a hell of an achievement.
So yeah, she's my idol. Just that sheer determination And for me, she's like the heartbeat of the Welsh squad. So Jess Fishlock, legend.
Amazing. Well, the trouble is, people always ask me about like Welsh sports and stuff. I've geeked for the Welsh FA, but I support Spain in major sporting competitions.
Well, it's better than England.
I mean, 100%. Yeah. And also, I hate it when English people bang on about penalties. And they're like, penalties against stuff, because England knocked out Spain in penalties in the Euros 96. So I was furious about that. Yeah.
Love that. Do you know my reason for learning Spanish?
Go on.
So quiero aprender a hablar español.
Muy bien.
Because Spain knocked England out the Euros last year.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I was like, porque soy galesa, me encanta español. No.
Enhorabuena. Well, incredible. That's it. We're signing you up. You're now an honorary Spanish person. Okay, I appreciate that, Katie.
What was the word? Vámonos.
Vámonos. Yeah, let's go.
The fist up there.
With well, I mean, Spain also beat England in the Women's World Cup. Was that, how long ago was that? Was that last year? What am I talking about? It was.
Yeah, last year. It was in New Zealand, wasn't it?
Because I was in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and I was like, I'm going to be surrounded by people supporting Spain, right? We're in Scotland, but it was in the bar I was in watching the match. It was all English people.
No way.
And I was the only Spanish supporter, apart from the Scottish barman.
Scottish barman.
He was like, come on, Spain!
All right, Spain! Aye, you shite bag. I love that.
But I was the only person cheering when that final whistle went, and so I was very happy that Spain were able to do that. And I came back to Wales a hero as well, because everyone in Wales was like, yes, thank you for beating. We couldn't have dealt with England winning the World Cup,
I love that. Only you and the Scottish person in the room were supporting Spain.
We were best friends all night then. It was great. You've done a lot of sport-related shows as well, obviously DJing for different clubs. How did that come about?
So growing up, for me, football.
Yep.
The Beatles.
Who's your club?
Oh, I'm a bit of a football slut.
Are you?
Yeah,
you crossed over?
Yeah, no. So obviously Merthyr Town.
Amazing, yeah, sure.
And in terms of clubs, Cardiff is for me. Cardiff. Okay. I like Spurs.
Yeah.
Because when I moved to London, they had Bale on loan from Real Madrid and Ben Davies. You've got Brennan Johnson. So I just love Wales. So whatever club's got Welsh players, I'll watch and support. But Cardiff and Merthyr.
So my favorite football player of all time is called Raul. He was the number 7 for Real Madrid for the longest time. He held all the records until Cristiano Ronaldo rocked up. But he was my favorite player. And as soon as he'd been with the club forever, and then he went to a German club called Schalke. And similar thing, I was kind of like, well, I guess Schalke's my German team now.
This is me.
Never heard of them before, but now that's my club, Incredible. It was very exciting for me when Bale went to Real Madrid, because, I'm obviously happy to see Wales do well, and I like to see Welsh players be very successful. So when he went out to Spain, I was like this, and it was my club as well. I was so excited and proud. And my family in Spain weren't fans of him immediately, and I think the Spanish press had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
So you've geeked for the Welsh squad as well, is that right?
Yeah, I went out to the World Cup in Qatar.
Yeah.
And I've DJed a lot of I DJ all the Wales games in the stadium, the Gary Speed stage.
Yeah.
I do loads. I love Wales, love Welsh football.
Do you find do the players kind of like recognize you after a few times as well? Have you had any like decent chats or like good mates with any of them?
Yeah, no, I know them. Like I filmed with them and done stuff with them. I interviewed Connor Roberts, and I love chickens. And he was telling me that his wife has got fluffy chickens. And I was like, yes, love that.
So Connor, when I geeked for the FA, right, it was during the pandemic. So it was before they were playing Finland. And I went into the kind of compound, and you had to do so many tests and stuff to make sure you weren't going to kill a Welsh player with COVID, because they were like, no, don't you dare.
I know, yeah.
I was like, I'm not a Spanish spy here to ruin the chances in the Euros and stuff. But we went in, and I was so excited to geek for them. It's one of the toughest gigs I've ever done in my life.
Oh, I bet.
Because they are a unit. They are so sort of, they are the embodiment of a team. Like they're all in it together.
So wait, were you performing to the
players?
The players.
Yeah, and it was like they hadn't been told there was comedy happening, so they were like they just finished training. I thought it was going to be like a dinner with like the partners and the families and stuff like that, and the players. We rock up. No, it's just the players and the coaching staff. They're all still in their tracksuits. They've been training that day. They're playing Finland the next day.
That is the most brutal sounding gig.
Yeah, it was intense, and also because I went in hard, as I usually do, taking the piss out of the English, thinking like, I'm safe to do this.
Some of them are English.
A lot of them are born and raised in England, so I could see a lot of faces like, this guy he doesn't sound Welsh. Secondly, why is he shitting on England? We're playing Finland tomorrow. So that was quite intense, and it was very, some of them are eating yogurts. That was the only laughter I got at one point, was when I was taking the piss out of one of them for eating yogurts.
What did you
like
say?
during the comedy, I was like, I was just commenting on how difficult the gig was. I was like, mate, this doesn't happen. Usually I'm gigging in comedy clubs and stuff. There's nobody ever eating a yogurt in the front row. It's going badly. That's how quiet it is. You can hear somebody slurping on a Muller corner, And but it was fine, and they were nice and polite and smiling, and Gareth Bale was at the back laughing, and everyone's kind of checking if he's laughing, it's okay.
If he's laughing, yeah, there's a pass.
But it was a tough gig, and after, Connor Roberts came up to me and he was like, "Oh, I was waiting for you to do the Neath joke," because he'd seen me do a joke about the Weatherspoons in Neath on social media, but he didn't bring up when I was like, "Where are people from?" or "Who's Welsh?" He wasn't cheering. They didn't give me anything.
Yeah, so you don't know what to do.
I would have done the Neath joke.
What is the Neath joke?
I talk about Neath Weatherspoons is called the David Prothero, after the first ever policeman in Neath. And I say, like, that's got to be a tough job, right? Being the first policeman anywhere. But imagine it being in Neath, like just rocking up on the first day. It's match day, rugby town, it's chaos, fires in the street, people getting thrown through plate glass windows. He's like the new sheriff. He just goes, "Oi! Stop it!" Just kind of just tells everyone off, first policeman, and they're like, why? And he's like, "I'm a policeman," but they've never had one before.
Oh, so they don't know what a policeman is.
Exactly. So he's trying to explain, like you would to a 5-year-old, what a policeman is. So I do that whole routine and explain it and the carnage. And he was like, "I wanted to hear that because it's fun doing accents and people really love it when I do a Welsh accent."
Have you had a dialing ping?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, we're like, "Oh, stop it now, boy! You should do my head in." Do you know one of the hardest gigs I did?
Go on.
Was when Cardiff City got relegated.
Okay.
So they had the Players' Party Awards on that day, and they booked me to DJing.
The day they got relegated, they had the awards.
Yeah.
And you're DJing that.
And I DJed that.
Oh no.
So I accidentally played.
What kind of awards were they giving out? That you were the least successful player this season.
No,
you were the.
It was tough, but the women's team were there as well, and they were doing well. And but I was like, what do I play? Like Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash is like a good Cardiff song. And I played that, but then I realised the lyrics are, "It went down, down, down." I was like, no.
I thought you were going to say, like, "Oh, here's Cry Me a River," all these kind of tracks, but no, Johnny Cash.
I played, and I was like, oh, no, I forgot the lyrics. But luckily, they all took it really well. They were like coming up, they were like laughing. They were like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, we deserve this, like, and we need to be better and stuff." But I'm a Cardiff fan, so I was like, if I was a Swansea fan, that probably would have been the dream gig.
That's the thing. I wouldn't call myself a Swansea fan, but my mum is obviously, from Swansea, Pontedawe. So, and I've gigged so many times for the Swansea players, especially because they had so many Spanish players at one point.
Yeah.
So I did a gig in Swansea one time, the entire front row. I had Angel Rangel there. I had who else did they have on? The phone's ringing. That's them calling now. You're not allowed to talk about Swansea
Hello,
City.
yeah.
That's what happens. Yeah. I forgot I signed a non-disclosure agreement. I couldn't say.
Oh, same.
Yeah. No, I had Lorente was in the front row as well, like a World Cup winner, in the front row watching me. And they'd come because they heard there was a Spanish comedian in Swansea. And I was like, oh my God. And I got free tickets to go watch Swansea play.
Did you get laughs?
I did get laughs. They loved it. They had a great time. Because most of my set is just, I'll only do it in Wales, but shit on Wales. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I go to England, I shit on England. If I go to Scotland, I shit on... Because I was talking about it from a Spaniard's perspective. They were like, oh my God, yes, we can't get...
They can relate, yeah. The perfect crowd.
Yeah, whereas, if I've been doing that, the first time I think I gigged in Cardiff, when I started out, and I went up on stage and said, "Oh, my mom's actually Welsh. She's from like an hour down the road near Swansea," and it was like audible. Everyone just started booing, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Oh. That's when I found out about the Cardiff-Swansea rivalry.
The rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, but so that would have been a dream gig if you had been a Swansea fan.
I know, yeah. I thought that. I was like, if I was a Swansea fan, like this would be the dream gig.
Would there have been any other songs you would have played to kind of really stick it to them?
I didn't. I genuinely didn't. I'm a big Johnny Cash fan, but I didn't even click on because it went down, down, down.
Yeah, the problem is if you love a song so much, sometimes the lyrics they go to the back of your head because you just love the song so much.
Yeah, and it's like a song that they play at like Cardiff games and stuff. So I'm pretty sure someone requested it. There's like a Cardiff fan, and I thought, oh, that's not appropriate. Someone else as well requested, "Don't worry about a thing. It's every little thing," Bob Marley, and I said, I need something more upbeat. But yeah, I think Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire was not
Not the choice.
Not the choice.
Nah, well, hopefully they go up again,
They go
and
up,
then
up,
you
up.
can play. Yeah, we'll do the other version.
The
I'll come
only
and do
way
a
is
cover on the
up.
guitar. I'll come. I'll do a recording of a cover of the Johnny Cash song just for you to play when they go up.
They go up, up, up.
So that was like one of the hardest gigs you had to do, the awards,
Yeah.
the day that they went down.
Just like a bit awkward.
Yeah. And
As a Cardiff fan as well.
sure. What is the best? What's the best job you've ever had to do gig wise?
I always love doing the big festivals.
Yeah.
I did main stage Leeds festivals, Leeds Festival, Reading Leeds, and I introduced the bands,
Great.
introduced the acts, and
Who did you get to bring up?
Sam Fender,
Wow.
Blossoms, Megan Thee Stallion, Slow Tie, like huge
Yeah.
names, and I was like, "Hello Leeds Festival, Ti'n iawn, Shwmai." That one it was just surreal, and I was like backstage, and you got to try and play it cool.
Yeah.
And I saw Slow Tie, and I was like a big fan, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, all right," talking to him, and I went, "My mother loves you. Can we send her a selfie?" Went off. I was like, "Yeah,"
You
just
got it. That's
playing
the
it
important
cool.
thing.
So that one and Heaton Park, I did Catfish on the Bottom one
Oh wow.
last month,
Yeah.
and surreal.
I think it's so good. So I've been to see a lot of shows. My favorite band of all time is Nine Inch Nails. I've been to see them around the world, lots of different places. They've often had support bands, but I've got to say that recently they've had a support DJ called Boys Noise. Absolutely mind blowing. I think it works so much better to have a DJ rather than a band opening for another band.
Quite a lot, and it's easier to set up sometimes, like the decks.
You
and
don't have to remove a drum kit or
just
whatever.
slide me off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hopefully not while you're playing.
not yet, right? Just pull it off. But yeah, that was class, and I don't think any Cortinas I did as well. Like huge. It's like I find though when you do like the bigger gigs and there's more people, it's less scary than like an intimate one
Sure.
back home, because when there's less people and there's people
100%. Well, in comedy especially, I would rather play to a much bigger crowd where it's just a sea of faces.
because it becomes a bit detached then, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. And also, it galvanizes people more. Like, the more people there are together, it's infectious, enjoyment, dancing, music, comedy, laughter, everything. It's just kind of herd mentality. Basically, what I'm saying is people are thick as shit. If you pack enough of them in one place together.
And one laughs and they all laugh.
And they all go, yeah. Or in some cases, nobody laughs.
And then,
nobody laughs.
I did a gig, my third gig this weekend.
Yeah, sure.
And you've got to do your gigs and you've got to kind of like find your feet and see what works.
Yeah.
And my gig was about nepotism.
Okay.
Because I get abused online all the time.
What?
Because
you a nepo baby?
Yeah, I get called a useless Welsh nepo baby.
Okay.
Online all the time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it in my set. Like, I'm just going to do a set about it.
So what? You explain this to me now. I know what the nepo baby is, but is that like family? Because you've got...
Because my dad like works in like football and stuff and the media.
Right.
So...
But he's not a DJ.
No.
You know what I mean?
He's not but still, like, I called it all the time online. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm going to get it. So I got it embroidered onto a t-shirt. Useless Welsh nepo baby. So I won an RTS award for a Welsh language documentary I did with Boom and Molly Palmer, and won it on my birthday, like best day of my life, and I put it online. So the comments were turkey teeth, turkey teeth, and some woman commented, "Wow, useless Welsh nepo baby wins award, brilliant," and I was like.
Heartbroken.
It's my birthday.
Don't they know what day it is?
Didn't know what day it is.
Katie Owen Day, for Christ's sakes.
And like, because I learned, it was about learning Welsh in the valleys and stuff, and like I'd learned Welsh, and I was like really chuffed. But so anyway, yeah, I put about being a useless Welsh nepo baby in my set.
Yeah.
And like, it didn't really get any laughs. And at the end, this woman came up to me, she was like, "What's a nepo baby?" she had grey hair, and I was like, "Ah."
She thought it was a medical condition.
She
was like, "Oh, I'm so heartbroken. You were a nepo baby."
"You were a nepo baby. You okay?"
She goes, "I was premature."
So yeah, I thought, right, okay, so next time I need to like read the room.
It can be hard sometimes, though. Sometimes you can prejudge an audience. You know, you can go out and be like, I know what this kind of crowd's going to be like. Sometimes I've gone up and thought, these guys are going to hate this. You know, they're going to hate me. I've gigged in sort of massive Brexity towns sometimes.
Yeah.
I always get a bad feeling if I'm walking into a venue and it's plastered with Union Jacks, you know.
Or a Weatherspoons.
Or a Spoons,
Just spoons.
Thankfully, there's never much stand-up in a Weatherspoons. Have we done any DJing in a Weatherspoons?
No, I have. Do you know what?
Because they don't have music, do they?
I've been to one Spoons that's got music. I'm sure the one in Cardiff has.
Potter's doesn't. Not Potter's. Prince of Wales doesn't.
I'm sure there's one.
I think some of them do it because they used to be two different chains. There used to be Lloyd's Bar and Weatherspoons was the same company, and
Was
Lloyd's
it?
Bar was the one that had the music, and Weatherspoons. But I think they're all called Weatherspoons now. I'm not
They're
sure.
all spoons.
So maybe
there.
some of them have music, but not DJs, do they?
Not DJs, but
Is that what you're thinking? Where you could go if the career
If
nosedives?
yeah, Brexit set of
If
spoons.
the awards, dry up and you haven't got.
If I get more Nepo comments, maybe. And I'm like, do you want me to go back to a call centre? Do you want me to DJ in spoons?
What was the call center for? You don't have to say the company.
British
but
Gas.
British Gas. Were you on the complaints department, or were you calling up
So
people?
I was on the complaints, so people would ring up when they're pissed off.
Yeah, the worst.
So like, you'd have like Margaret from Triaris ringing you, being
Yeah.
like, my boiler's not working, gas prices have gone up, and I'd be like, I'm from the valleys, like I haven't got Putin on speed dial. Putin,
Oi.
stop it,
Sort it out
sort it out, man. Margaret's freezing.
and leave Ukraine alone.
Thank you. Ta-da. Margaret, sorted. And by the way, leave me a 5-star review after this. Like, do you know what I mean? But the people are ringing because they're pissed off.
How long were you working in that job for?
6 months.
Did you were you fired, or did you leave of your own accord?
I walked out
Good, yeah, good for you.
and then worked in retail.
Great. What
Yeah.
were you selling?
I worked in House of Fraser.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fancy.
And I worked for Pretty Green, actually. Liam Gallagher's clothing make.
Don't talk to me about Liam Gallagher.
Oh, why?
Because the Gallaghers, right, have decided to do the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this year, which will probably be before this podcast goes out. But that's going to fuck up the Fringe for a lot of performers, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's going to flood the town with Oasis fans who aren't going to go watch entertainment. They've taken all the hotels and stuff, so people aren't going to be coming in. It's going to be a dry spell for a couple of days.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Yeah.
That's going to be hard.
And I don't want to put you on the spot or anything. I'm not the biggest Oasis fan of all time. And to be honest, I don't even like bucket hats. So I'm sorry, Katie, to do this. I know it's a big part of, obviously, Welsh football
There goes
culture
my brand.
and music. But you see, you were working specifically for Liam's, what's the company?
Pretty Green is called.
Pretty Green, okay.
So he has like a clothing brand, and I loved it, to be fair.
I'm surprised that guy can dress himself, let alone that he has his own clothing brand.
Anyway, do you know what? I loved working there. I used to be in House of Fraser as like a sales assistant, and I took my job very seriously.
Good.
I think I was like 17, 18, and this was before I started DJing, and they used to say to me, you have to write an end of day report. So, because I didn't want to be on the shop floor, I would take like 2 hours
Okay.
to do my end of day report.
Right.
So I'd go up, and they were like, you need to write down like what's happened in your day in the House of Fraser. So they'd be like, tell us every part of the day. So I would go upstairs, but bear in mind, no one corrected me. And I would be like, woke up 7 a.m, had Weetabix, genuinely, right? Had Weetabix, was on the shop floor, felt sad, customer came up, frowned at me. Like, every little aspect of my day, sent it off. One of the head people, after about a year, requested to come in and meet me, because they were like, we look forward to your end of day emails every single day in the office.
They wanted to be in the end of day email. That's
So-
why they wanted to come meet you.
And I was like, why? And they were like, it's brilliant, keep doing them. And I was like, why? And they were like, you write like what you have for breakfast and stuff. And I was like, I thought I was meant to do that. And they're like, no. So I ended anyway. Long story short, my end of day emails were a lot shorter
They
after
got
that,
more concise.
because I
and-
didn't realize. But I was just trying to kill time, so I wouldn't have to be on the shop
Yeah,
floor.
you probably made their day. That's more
Well, they
entertaining
said,
than
yeah.
usual. Yeah.
They said they requested to come and meet me.
Have you talked about that on stage? That would be a good routine, I reckon.
No, I haven't.
Because you could definitely read out some of the.
Oh, they were mad stuff I'd write. Genuinely, like what was in my head that day, I'd
Yeah.
put it on the email, what I had for breakfast.
Well, you're a breakfast person and you eat breakfast every day.
I'm a Weetabix kind of
Okay.
girl, yeah. Pre-workout
Are you
and Weetabix.
So you have the Weetabix before the workout. Does that get you through?
Pre-workout on the Weetabix, sprinkle it on.
Oh, right. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah. Bit of whey powder on there and stuff just to kind of go for it.
Yeah, no, I'm either breakfast or just wing it, just get through the day.
Yeah, for sure. I never plan. I don't tend to eat breakfast very much.
Not that
usually because I'm
organised.
always getting up late.
Yeah.
You know, it's a miracle I got here on time.
Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, deal. I appreciate that. When you said you were a nepo baby, I thought it was because of your famous nan.
My famous nan.
Yeah.
Do you know what? She opened a pub in Treorchy the other day.
She opened the what? Is in like scissors opening the.
Someone sent me a video of my nan cutting a bit of tape
ribbon,
on a pub. Well, it was a birthday banner, but she cut it and said, "I declare this pub open." So yeah, sorry, Dad, Johnny Owen. It's Carol Owen now.
It's all about Carol.
It's all about Carol. But I uploaded it online.
Yeah.
And she's just like, she's very eccentric.
Sure.
Lovely woman. Not quite wired right.
But she's a classic Welsh nan, I think.
Proper Welsh nan, yeah.
Yeah. She's very honest, very blunt about stuff as well, which I quite
very,
like.
very. She's But I uploaded to Instagram and TikTok, and she just goes viral.
What are the comments like? Have you gotten into any trouble about stuff she's done online?
I don't upload anything. So she actually voted Brexit, right?
Oh, no.
And was then devastated because she couldn't bring fags back from Spain anymore. And she's like, they lied to me. They lied, but she's gutted now. But I think a lot of people voted it and didn't realise.
Yeah, I think they were. I think a lot of people were lied to.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, the benefits sounded great, and then they found out. Actually, that's not how the world works, and
I can't bring multi-packs of fags back now.
Yeah, I think people blame the union for a lot of things that is not the European Union's fault, and especially in Wales, I don't think people were made to understand just the benefits of the European Union,
Yeah.
So, like fags, that's the biggest one, obviously, is bringing cigarettes back
Bringing
from
ciggies,
Spain.
yeah. Honestly, she was devastated. But we did...
What's her brand?
She's vapes now.
She
But when she's angry, right, I've seen her, I've seen this woman, like, when she's angry, try and smoke two vapes at once. Honest
It's like, I need a double hit to this, okay?
Honest to God. But
what flavor? What's her favorite flavor of vape?
She just has nicotine flavour. She loves it.
I love it.
She goes into Poundland, so they sell like liquids in Poundland.
Right.
And I've seen her. Right, she pretends sometimes she's got a bad foot, but when she goes into Poundland,
she pretends she has a bad foot.
She likes. I hope she's not watching this now. So she'll limp sometimes and pretend she's got a bad foot.
Okay.
This woman could be an athlete. She's so strong,
super fit. And
yeah. I've seen her smoking lots of fags, and. She will go into Poundland. I've been there with her, and she'll go from limping in to sprinting. She will get the entire shelf of vape juice, like just slide the whole box in and buy it.
Nobody else is getting it.
No one else. She's like, "It's my vape juice."
But she's gonna outlive us all, though. Her and Keith Richards. And
we did some stuff for. I don't know if I can say it, but we did like some filming for the. I don't know if I can say it.
We can cut anything out if you don't want to say it.
Can I say the BBC?
Yeah.
No, because she said something naughty on the Zoom.
You can say we were doing some filming for a TV channel.
We were doing some stuff for a channel, well-known channel, and we were on Zoom.
Babe Station.
Babe Station. Yeah. only grands.
Only grands. I love it. That's incredible. That's gonna catch on for sure.
So we were doing something about Merthyr, and on the Zoom with this big corporation, she goes. I thought, right, please behave now. Don't say anything naughty. And mid-conversation, she goes, do you know why everyone's ginger in Merthyr? Bearing in mind, my uncle's ginger, like a lot of my family are ginger.
Okay.
Do you know Richard Crochet, the old Iron Master?
No.
So he was like the old Iron Master in Merthyr.
What's an Iron Master?
So he had like the ironworks. He made the castle. Like he was like the...
I thought he was like a superhero or something.
Oh,
Iron Master.
No.
Welsh Marvel knockoff.
Welsh Marvel, no. Richard Croshaw, like he was... So he was like behind the iron industries in Merthyr.
Yeah. Tony Sparks. I just thought of a good name for a Welsh Iron
Tony
Man.
Sparks, yeah. Tony Sparks, yeah. So anyway, she goes, do you know why everyone's ginger in Merthyr? And I thought, oh, no. And she goes, because Richard Croshaw raped everyone on the Zoom. And I went... So I was like, I'm really sorry.
Was this being recorded to go out on television?
No, it was to try and get the things commissioned with my nan about.
Okay.
So I was like, shut up. shut up. She was like, what? And I went, you cannot say that. And she went, why? And I was like, you cannot say that. And she went, you're a snowflake.
You're a snowflake.
Yeah, and I was like, number one, where'd you learn that word?
Yeah. Get off the Daily Mail comment section, man.
She doesn't, but yeah. Can I say that word? I don't know if I can say the R word.
We can bleep it out.
Okay, yeah.
And people will know what it means, yeah.
But yeah, I was like, you can't say that. I had to like move her out of the Zoom because she kept saying like...
You had to wheel her out like a child sneaking into a news story on BBC.
She kept aggressively vaping, blowing it on me. So I had a headache by the end of the Zoom. Not just from the puff of the vape.
And nicotine flavour as well. It's not even a nice scent.
I was like... It's like a fog machine in my face. But yeah, I love her to bits. She's crackers. But a lot of stuff that she says, I can't put online.
Okay.
Because she comes out with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just think, I understand she loves the history. She's probably read it somewhere.
Yeah.
But you can't say that on a Zoom when I'm trying to get something commissioned of me and her.
But also somebody like that, you know, a public figure and everything, he must actually have genuine family and stuff that could sue for libel or anything. So
I think he was a bit of a wanker.
Most well-earned businessmen are,
he exploited a lot of Murphy, but
maybe that's where it came. Maybe he raped people financially, you know, that maybe that's
she says that as well.
Okay.
She says he raped the old town. I sound like my nan now. I'm just quoting her. I'm just quoting my nan.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's crackers. Like I love her to bits though. She's my biggest supporter.
Ah, that's cool. Does she rock? Because you said you're gonna. Did you get the T-shirt as merch? The one you did about.
Well, useless Welsh Nepo, baby. Useless Welsh Nepo nan.
She would wear that, I reckon.
She'd wear. I'm just gonna get her a top saying like, nanny.
Yeah.
Oh, she says my favourite thing. She calls farts love puffs.
Love puffs.
Yeah, because she says if you fart around someone, then you're comfortable around them.
Ah, that's adorable.
But she has got IBS, so I reckon maybe that's why she says that to try and...
She's rebranding it, you know?
She's owning it, so I might get her a top that says Love Puffs.
Love Puffs is actually my favourite brand of vape, so...
Is it?
It's not a vape. That should be her brand of vape.
Nanny, yeah, she's going Dragon's Den.
Have a talk on my Love Puff.
Have a talk on my love. Oh, imagine that. Welsh nan flavoured. Brilliant.
It smells like Werther's Originals. With so she's your best supporter, which is great. Does she go to see you perform to DJ and stuff like that?
Oh my gosh, so that's how she went viral the first time.
Okay.
She came to watch me DJing and she has like a Christmas tinsel headband on.
Yeah.
She's about 4 foot. She's terrifying. She's a little blonde 4 foot lady, and she has like this cute little Christmas tinsel headband on, a cheetah print coat, and she knew I had a bad throat.
Okay.
So she turns up at the start of the gig. She's the only five people in the room. Turns up, pack of Strepsils, and she's holding them up like that, like the Lion King and Simba.
Yeah.
And I filmed it. And it got like 3 million views.
That's amazing. People snatching them, thinking they're E's or something.
Yeah.
What are you giving all good shit to the DJ for?
Love puffs and Strepsils. But yeah, so
that sounds like a knockoff album of like Blur or something. You know, like Coffee and TV. Love puffs and Strepsils. That's gonna be her album.
That's
her
brand.
Album.
But yeah, she's such a character.
That's cool.
I love her.
Have you had any massive sort of mistakes happen when you're DJing, other than playing the wrong song or something? With comedy, the only thing that can really go wrong technically is like the lights or the sound go out. Have you ever had any disasters like that?
Oh, so many.
Yeah. Because at least we can shout as comics. You know, if there's a power cut or something, you can just shout out loud. What do you do as a DJ if that happens? Just
a few times, like I've got a bit overexcited and like haven't mixed the song properly.
Okay.
And then like I see on the comments like TikToks and they're like, she can't even DJ. And I'm like, sorry, I was excited. Oh my god, I used to do this pub in London when I first moved there, and this was 8 years ago. So when did iPods die?
iPods. Well, when did they start?
Go out of fashion, yeah.
I mean, the iPhone came out in 2008. That was the beginning of the end, I think, for the iPod.
Yeah.
So, like, you're talking 2010, 2011, maybe?
2011. So, I was DJing this pub in London, and the decks were so old, they had an iPod dock on them.
Okay.
Right? So, I turned up, and the crossfaders are broken. So, they've got cocktail sticks. Hang on, wait. So I turn up, and the crossfaders are broken.
Yeah.
So they got cocktail sausage sticks in the crossfaders. So I'm like, I'm only young and I'm like new to the trade, so I'm just like accept it and play the gigs.
Just gonna have a snack, just a pinch over here,
Yeah, and I'll
olive or
stab
whatever.
myself splinters every time I change a song. And so obviously, inevitably, the decks break on like New Year's Eve or something. I wasn't even DJing. The pub owner emailed me saying I broke the decks and I had to pay for a new set.
And you obviously told them to
I was like, you
wipe
cheeky.
snot in their arm.
I went to the pub and I picked a white and I snort. I was like, mate, those decks are fucking prehistoric. Like, they had an iPod dock and cocktail sausage sticks as the crossfaders. They were on their way out.
How did he reply?
I think I think I politely just said like the decks would come on now.
Yeah.
You're trying to pull a fast one over me, and I'm not having it.
Did
I can see what you're doing. I'm not having it, guys.
Did I mean, how? Just out of curiosity, so this was a good while ago, early on in like DJing kind of run for you. What sort of fee would you expect to be getting at a gig like that?
I used to do. Oh my god, I used to DJ like 11 p.m. till 4 a.m. Right?
5 hours straight through.
5 hours straight through, and then I would get
No
up.
wonder you needed strepsils.
No wonder you needed. So I do that, right? And then I did an internship at a radio station, which was unpaid, and I was working in a shop in London. So I was doing all that. I was getting paid £50
to DJ.
to DJ from 11 p.m. till 4 a.m.
I completely, that's, I completely relate to that. Like starting out in stand-up, you're getting like 20 quid here,
Yeah.
15 quid there if you're lucky. A collection on a bucket.
Yeah.
At least you don't have that in
Drinks
DJing,
tokens.
do they? Or drinks tokens, that's the
I pay
one.
you in drinks tokens. You're like, oh, I pay my rent with them. Brilliant.
I remember my band days back when I was in a band, you know, we'd cart everything together, 2 cars, all of the equipment. We'd go do a show in like a club in Swansea or a bar or something. We'd rock up and they'd be like, oh, you know, here's your payment, a crate of lager. It's like, oh, great. I'll sell it outside to get some
Brilliant.
petrol. Shall I?
Cheers.
Thanks, pal. I really appreciate it.
My landlord accepts lager.
My landlord does actually, but he's a raving alcoholic, so that's he'd probably prefer that. He's just cutting out the middleman, isn't it? That's what he's going to spend it on. What? Yeah. So you're DJing in London, broken equipment on the big stage now. I mean, is it more stuff to go wrong when you're playing like a big festival or something like that? It's been pretty smooth for you so far. Touch wood, it'll stay that way.
Yeah, to be fair, because there's like all sound crews and stuff there. It's more so like the odd incident where I get overexcited and I'm like jumping around and I don't mix the song properly. But people in the audience do notice.
Do you have, this is kind of, because I don't DJ, I don't know how that works. Do you have a set list going into it that you know you plan, or do you go by what the crowd are kind of into?
So I only do indie sets. I do like commercials sometimes. I don't really do dance because I love indie music. I grew up on it, and that's the music I'm passionate about.
It should be about your niche, I think.
Yeah.
As well. That's where you DJ. Yeah.
So number one, I don't really think you should mix indie music because I don't want to be hearing like a techno remix of Wonderwall or like Chelsea Dagger. Do you know what I mean? I want to hear it properly.
Yeah.
But so I don't really mix them anyway, but like, you know, transition song to song. I tend to go by the crowd and whatever they kind of, I play the kind of songs that if I was in a crowd and I heard that, I'd be like, yes, let's have it.
Do you ever go out, start your set, and then you're like, they're not reacting the way you expect? You're like, I've got to completely change this around here.
Yeah.
What's for example, if they're not going for it, do you have a song that's like, this is going to get them back into it?
Like your wild card song.
Yeah.
Like your little up your sleeve. So in indie, I find if you play like Oasis, She's Electric, Chelsea Dagger, Fratellis, Franz Ferdinand, Take Me Out.
Great.
At the moment, Fontaines.
Oh yeah, love DC Fontaines.
Love Fontaines.
Yeah. Are they Belfast? Are they Northern Irish? Do we know that? I don't know. Just do a quick check.
I don't know.
Fact check. I don't know. They're a cool band though. Yeah, really into them.
Yeah. Do you know the sound guy, Matthew Akerman?
Right.
Him and his wife, Victoria, they own the dog shelter in Cardiff.
Really?
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
So that's what I rescued my dog from.
Is that why? Were you like, I need to seek out the sound guy from the Fontaines?
No. I just I'm an ambassador for the dog shelter.
Oh, incredible!
And I volunteered there twice, and both times I've come back with dogs. So I can't go in there anymore.
You can't volunteer anymore
because I just come back with dogs. Got Larry and Shirley now.
Larry and Shirley.
Come back with children.
Were their names before you had them, or did you name the dogs?
I named them.
You named them. Larry and Shirley sounds like an old couple in a sitcom. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Shirley, because Shirley Bassey's a Welsh legend. And
classic.
Shirley was from Cardiff. Larry.
Here's a bit of music knowledge for you. Did you? I mean, you must know this. You know the song "Harder Than You Think." Is that what it's called? By
What's it go like?
Public Enemy. "Harder Than You Think." Is that what it's called? Yeah. Do you know the song?
If you sing it to me.
Well, the music part goes ba 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 ba.
Oh yeah.
That's the song, isn't it? Yeah. No, is it?
I
It is
just
Public
agreed
Enemy.
then.
We'll play it. We'll play it over. No, I won't get the rights to that. But
I
that
just
song,
agreed then. You could have sang. I was like, yeah.
So that song is a sample of a Shirley Bassey song.
Oh, Jezebel.
Yeah.
And
And did you know that was originally a Spanish song?
Was it?
Yeah. So she was covering a Spanish song by a Spanish group, and that her sample of that got into Public Enemy. So that's the connection all over. Everything links back to Spain.
So was it in Spanish, the original?
Yeah.
Can you tell me the name?
No, I can't remember what the lyrics are.
No.
I've only heard all I know, because it's such an old recording, because it obviously didn't go big or anything. But the guitar riff in it is this Spanish band's.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't think the lyrics were the same, but the song was. Yeah.
Do you reckon they got any royalties from
They're
that?
all dead for sure.
No, maybe
They're
not.
not getting. Public Enemy were like, right, how many people do we have to pay in this chain? They're like, oh, it
To-
stops at Shirley Bassey. We're okay.
Shirley Bassey's
Yeah.
I never knew that. I like finding out. I love little niche facts about songs. That's like my Roman Empire.
Samples are the cool one, and like guitar riffs and stuff like that. I'd be like, oh my god, it comes from this, and like trace
Yeah.
it back, which is fun. So you've got that kind of array of music that you're like, this is what I'm gonna play, and just to get people woken up again sometimes, because they're falling asleep and shit. You know, I've been at those gigs. What is there a song that you've ever played expecting everyone to go for, and it's just completely fallen flat?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I've got a lot of jokes like that. I'm like, this is gonna kill, and then I get out there and like, they hated this.
I've only done 3 gigs and I've had that. So what a long journey to go. I've done so many gigs. I think there was one the other week.
Oh, it's a recent one.
Yeah, and I'd like committed this. I think even if it flops, if you show commitment to the song, and you still dance and just like. Maybe not snort, but I didn't do that. If you just show commitment,
the
to
snorting's
the song,
going on in the bathrooms. Okay, we'll let people do that. That's the keep it off the dance floor, all right?
So I'm sure I played one the other week, like Samba, Dijante, and
yeah, that's a pretty up. You think people go for that?
But I played it at the end of the set when like everyone had left because it was so hot, and it was clashing with Stereophonics.
It has been hot. Do you know that's one thing I think that affects, comedy, music, everything. If people are too warm, you cannot. It does not work.
Yeah, I don't cope in the heat.
No,
I'm not designed for it.
The trouble is, I love it. Like I live for, and that's I'm not saying like such a cliche. I'm Spanish. It's so fucking cold over here, which it is. But I'm like I feel very comfortable in it. But then I look out to the audience. They're all sweating, falling asleep.
Melting,
they're lying each other. I'm like, oh okay. Can we get some aircon?
Can we get some aircon, please?
Yeah.
British gas. Putin.
Yeah.
Margaret's freezing. No, she's boiling now.
She's cooked alive. With comedy, you've started doing stand-up. When were you writing for a long time before you did your first set?
I'd always like jot stuff down in my notes.
Yeah.
It's all like real situations that have happened to me, like in music industry. Like when my nan is the main inspiration for a lot of my jokes. Like,
okay.
I'd love to stick a GoPro to her head and just follow her around. But yeah, it's all stuff that's happened to me at gigs, my real life stories.
I think that's it. I've become more. I mean, like I said, like we were saying about music, I try and do whatever the kind of audience is going for. So sometimes if you go out there and you're telling stories and they're not going for it, I'm like, right, I'm just going to hit them with one-liners because that's clearly they just want set up punchline, fine. Or sometimes I'm doing set up punchline, everyone's a bit finding it difficult to follow. So I'm like, okay, let's just tell you about me, tell you about my life, get people in that way. I really love autobiographical comedy that explains like a story and who somebody is.
Yeah.
So when you did your first gig and you're kind of trying to translate what your life is like for the crowd, what was the first joke you wrote that you came up with? This is going to be a great story. This is what I want to tell on stage.
So the first joke I wrote was about a DJ set I did.
Okay.
And it was like a big corporate one. And this guy I was like set up, and this guy across the room looked at me, and he made a beeline to the decks. And I was there ready to pick my nose and wipe it. And I thought he was going to request a song, so I was like a bit defensive. And he said something, I couldn't hear him. So he tried again, and he's like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, I can't hear you. Like, fuck's sake, getting a bit annoyed. And he says it again, so I lean forward, and he goes, it's so great to see a female DJ in these spaces. And as he said that, my left tit knocked the music off.
No, it didn't.
I swear. Honest to God. As I like just declared a minute silence on the dance floor, I swear to God this happened. And I was like, do you know what? This is fucking... couldn't write that. So that was the first joke I wrote.
Oh my God. I mean, that is pure. That's just the universe giving you a pure written joke there. Set up him walking up saying that, and just slapstick physical comedy.
Literally.
That could be if they were still making Carry On movies. That would be the scene, wouldn't it?
Because I was like,
it's so lovely to see a female DJ in this boing. Oh, matron. You know, that's the kind of that's incredible.
That was the first one, because I was like, that's genius. At the time, I was tamping. I was like, oh, bloody female DJs coming over years.
But years later, you're like, I've been given a perfect package joke there. That's
yeah.
Great. Did it land? I was gonna say, did it land? I didn't mean the boob.
Did it land well?
Did the joke? Did the joke land as well as the boob did? Apparently.
Yes, it landed really well.
Incredible.
Yeah, it went down really well. But that was the first joke I wrote, and I was just like, I've had so many bizarre stuff happen like that. I'm like, because I think I'm quite like a chaotic person.
You sound like a magnet for some of this stuff. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll talk to anyone, and like
Right.
I'll go anywhere. Like, so I seem to attract a lot of chaos, and I'm quite like, what's the word? Quite scatty.
Right.
A little scatty.
Are you that way on stage when you're doing stand-up? I know you've only done it a handful of times now, but
Oh yeah, I was just laughing to myself, even though no one else was laughing. I was like, I'm having a great time.
isn't this great?
This
We
is a
should
day
all
out.
do this. You come next, all right? You do it next.
It's a day out for me.
You like this? I don't. You know, it's just nice just not to have to be stood behind the DJ thing for a change.
It's not having to.
I can reach people. You know,
Yeah.
wipe snot on whoever the hell I want.
I can do what I want now.
I mean, the best thing about comedy is it's so low maintenance. Like, I was touring, like, you know, with a band for a long time, doing singer-songwriter stuff. As soon as I got into stand-up, I was like, one, I don't have to split my fee with a band anymore.
Yeah.
It's just one fee. And secondly, like, I don't have to cart all of this equipment out. You don't have as much sound.
It's just.
But then I started doing musical comedy. I was like, fuck
How
myself.
did you do musical comedy?
I use a guitar at the end of my set.
Oh,
And I've
wow.
got some comedy songs and stuff I sing.
So my dad, Nepo baby, his idea, right? Have you seen Kneecap?
Yes, love
so
it.
he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
the group, yeah.
he was the
And the movie too.
yeah. So they rap in Irish. So he was like, why don't you mid comedy set start rapping in Welsh? And I was like, do you want me to be bullied? I see, like, you know, where you're coming from, but are you setting me up here to be bullied?
Yeah.
He's like, no, it'd be brilliant. The whole room will start clapping and jumping and bouncing and stuff. And
But that's not what stand-up is
but-
either, you know.
so yeah, that maybe one day, if you see me rapping in Welsh, I'm trying to make my dad proud, alright?
Do you know Mr. Formula?
Yeah,
Comedian?
yeah.
Like he's so good because he beatboxes as well and stuff. I think he hasn't done stand-up, but he's like introduced a few acts at stand-up gigs and stuff, which is really, you know, I like bringing something new to comedy. I like
Yeah.
playing a bit of music on the guitar because it just gives a bit of variety to the evening, you know. Would you consider doing stand-up and DJing at the same time?
Well, that's what my dad's trying to get me to do now as well. But I
Okay.
don't know how you do that.
I think there's got to be a way into it. I definitely start off just doing straightforward stand-up, but an idea will come to you how you can, how you can combine the two.
Keep your eyes peeled. DJ Left It coming soon. No, that could be something in that.
Is there? I mean, especially if you eventually, because the idea is you do shorter sets, you build up, you play the clubs, and then eventually you do solo shows as a comic. You don't have to. Some people have never done solo shows; they just do club nights. But you know, it would be fun to bring something like that to it. That the audience is sort of like, I've not seen this
It's
before.
different, yeah.
Yeah. Is there rivalry between DJs? Do you kind of have people who are competitive with you?
Yeah, I think there's. I feel like in the industry as well, like media industry, there's some people can be quite like bitter and rivalry and like try and bring. I to be fair, like I'm very much like if someone else is doing well, I like to see it. Like I like to
Yeah.
support the girlies. So
Sure.
and I think if you're bitter and like concentrate on other people, then you can't concentrate on yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
At the start, I used to like take rejection like a bullet to the heart. And be like, why do they hate me? Every like rejected radio demo, like, because I was like, I want to be a presenter. I want to just do this. And after like 5 rejected demos, I was like, maybe I'm not too great. But I'm not. So that's why I like doing comedy now, because I feel like I'm more like, I'm not a serious person, and I could just be just want to be myself. Like, I'm quite unserious and chaotic. So
one of the best things about comedy is you just you do get to be yourself. You
Yeah.
know, you get to be authentic, go up there and do your own thing.
because sometimes like you have to be like, more polished, and I'm not like that. I'm quite like
or put on a kind of face and like a professional sort
yeah.
of. The comedy is for people who don't want to be professional,
Who just,
basically.
yeah, they're just chaotic, unhinged people. I'd love my nan to be a comic.
I like I say this to everyone. It's what I said to you on that train as we were traveling back from
2 years time.
Yeah, 2 years time, your nan will be doing stand-up comedy.
She'd be
Everyone
taught-
should try stand-up comedy at least once.
Yeah, it's scary. It's empowering.
We could pay her in
empowering.
vapes.
You could pay her. She would. Love puffs and vapes. Love puff vapes.
Yeah, I mean, in comedy especially, like you do get people, like you said, who they get a bit bitter or they don't like other people's success. But the truth is, success isn't finite. There's enough to go around, enough for everyone to have a good time.
It's enough to feed you all.
Yeah, there's enough laughs.
Enough laughs.
Low fee stand-up comedy gigs around the UK,
Enough
especially in
drink
Wales.
tokens out there.
Do you know I was once paid in a giant bag of weed? Yeah, I did, and I don't smoke particularly. I'm not I have smoked cannabis, but I'm not a big weed smoker or anything. But I was doing a gig in Cornwall, and the promoter at the end of the gig came over and he said, "Oh guys, I'm really sorry. We just done this gig in the afternoon." He said, "I'm really sorry, but I don't have the cash to pay you."
So you didn't know that he was gonna.
No. So I wouldn't have agreed to do the gig.
Yeah,
Like, will
no,
you
I
come
see.
down for a bag of weed? Like, absolutely fucking nuts. So we drove all the way down to this place in Cornwall. We went out, we did the show, we entertained the people. It was a difficult gig because there was like young children there and like older people. It was like a holiday kind of park vibe. And we did the show. Came off after, and he's like, "I'm really sorry, guys. I don't have the cash to pay you." And I said, "Well, just banks us, like just
Yeah.
bank transfer. Here's the detail." He's like, "Oh no, tell you what, guys, would you take a bag of weed?" And I was like, "Absolutely fucking not." And then as I was in the middle of saying no, my friend who'd driven me down like leaned forward and he said, "No, yeah, we'll take the bag. We'll take the bag." And I was looking at him like, and he was just like, "Just trust me." I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, I can't, what am I going to rock up to the bank and say, 'Hey, here's the, this will get me out of the overdraft, right?'" And then
Dinner sorted.
and we get in the car. I'm like, "Mate, what the hell are you doing? I need we agreed a fee." He said, "No, trust me." We went to the next gig we were performing at, which was in Falmouth, which is like a university town. And I was doing a show there that night. The gig went really well. And I came up to my mate at the end of the night, still angry with him because of what happened. And he handed me a wad of cash. He was like, "Mate, student town." He said, "I managed to sell it for way more than the fee that the original gig was for."
That's genius.
It is genius. But I was like, I don't want to become a drug dealer. I know that earns a lot more money than stand-up comedy, but I quite enjoy telling jokes, if that's all right.
I like illegal activities. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Quite good idea, mine selling him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
A businessman.
very entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was there with me because I would have turned it down. I would have demanded the money.
Yeah.
It would have been in my bank account, but we ended up with a bit more cash and stuff as well, more than
Love
cover
that.
the petrol.
Love that.
So that's a bit of advice for any budding stand-up comedians.
Accept whatever.
Have a friend who knows the base price of a bag of weed and how much he can get for it. Yeah. What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened at the gig for you? Have you ever been paid in drugs?
I've never been paid in drugs, but I feel like when you're in the DJ booth, especially those 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. gigs,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a watching ledge
Right.
of the club. And I feel like David Attenborough sometimes, because you're just watching like drunk people, like toddlers running around, and you'll see like I remember I did this one gig and I saw this the man come in the club and he tried to pull every single woman in that venue, and you could just see him go from one to one to one.
Did it seem like he had any kind of path like through,
I
or
think
was he just
went
next person in line?
Next. But they weren't realizing that but I could see it all. And then he started slogging like this one woman, and I was like, well done.
It worked. He
Follow
reached
your
that
dreams,
point.
mate.
Yeah.
I respect the grind. don't request the song.
Extreme speed dating. Yeah.
But you just get to see like all the drunk people. Like,
speaking of DJs, do you remember Metro in Cardiff?
Yeah.
Rock bar. I remember the first time I went there. I must have been 16, 17 or something, and I went to the bar, and I walked up. I went in there. My friends and I. They were playing music. We were enjoying ourselves, and they were like, "Oh, we should request the song." And there weren't many people in there that night, so I walked up to the DJ, and I said, "Oh, hey, pal, can I make a request?" And he's like looking at me like, like I was a piece of shit. It's like, sorry to infringe on your art
Sorry, my
form.
lord.
Yeah. I do apologize. And I said, "Oh, do you have any?" And I said, "Rage Against the Machine." No, what did I say? I started off with Nine Inch Nails, of course. I said, "Do you have any Nine Inch Nails, Interpol, Audio Slave, another band, or Rage Against the Machine?" And he physically took my hand, I was holding it out, and he lowered the fingers. He went, "No, no chance, no way, maybe." I was like, I mean, you've just given me a fist bump. Like, what are you doing?
What did you say back?
I couldn't believe what had just happened,
Shook
I was like, well, you lowered the wrong fingers there because that one had to be
Now
kept
it's
up.
just
Yeah.
that.
I was like, all right, we would have left, but they used to serve toast at the end of the gig in Metro.
Oh,
so
that's a good idea.
At the end of the night. So we stuck around for a bit, and I sort of miserably drank my drink, and eventually played Rage Against the Machine. But, the fun was gone out of it by that point.
Bloody hell. Do you know what? Like, some people get quite, if you don't have this song, they get quite nasty.
Yeah.
I've had like, what did I have had? Oh, I will never DJ a birthday party again. And I couldn't do a wedding because people just turn feral.
Yeah.
I got this strict brief through saying, right, only funk and disco.
Right.
Don't bring anything else.
Okay.
So I didn't.
Yeah.
It was a surprise 50th.
Right.
Birthday girl wasn't having it. She came up, she was like, "You got any Backstreet Boys?" And I was like, "No." And she went, "You fucking ruined my birthday. You ruined my 50th. I was like, "What the hell? I'm just doing my job." I had strict instructions, only funk disco.
I mean, we all know that the 50th birthday party is never complete until the Backstreet Boys are playing, you know?
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's not a 50th birthday party.
You have ruined my birthday. You got any back? No. I was like, I'm never DJing a birthday party ever again.
Yeah,
and
smart.
I couldn't imagine doing a wedding as well, like DJing a wedding.
It's tough. So my partner Michelle, she's a photographer, shoots a lot of weddings.
Is it tough?
She always has she always has really nice couples, which is great. She attracts kind of good couples, and I think no couples kind of into that. But because she's in the wedding industry, she hears lots of horror stories from people, especially like DJs and things like that. With
bridezillas,
you have to take your own equipment to this sort of stuff when you go to an event that isn't, a massive festival or something. How much stuffed gear do you have to carry to these places as a rule? Or do you just show up with a MacBook and go to go?
I've got Pioneer decks, like the RX2s, which are not that big.
Yeah.
But I travel a lot via train.
Yeah. So you hope they have their own equipment.
I hope, yeah. And I don't like lugging my stuff around.
Yeah.
But I have got decks somewhere.
Yeah.
But I will try my best to avoid because I don't drive either.
Okay. I only passed my test a month ago.
Did you? Well done.
Yeah. I failed my first test, I think, 20 years ago, and I finally passed. So it's quite exciting.
Who are you learning with?
I learned with 3 different instructors, all based in and around Swansea. So the last instructor I had, I might give him a plug, actually. I'll mention him if he wants it. This podcast
Advice,
brought
please,
to you by,
sponsor me to
Are you looking to learn?
I was having lessons and I kind of forgot, to be honest, until just now.
Okay.
I need to get more lessons.
Shit, my test tomorrow.
my test, my theory.
Have you done your theory?
No,
I've been writing material about it because the theory is so batshit crazy now. The hazard perception test and all that stuff is silly.
Have you seen the one where it's like, if a car was on fire, what would you do? A, ring the police. B, light a cigarette.
Yeah, if it's a Tesla, I mean, I guess I'll cook. I guess that's what's going to happen to me.
Leave it there. Yeah. No, that's well done though. That gives me hope.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Gives me hope.
If you can do it, anyone can.
No,
yeah.
no,
I was a pretty poor driver for a very long time.
I'm terrible. Like I scream. I get to a roundabout. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, roundabouts were my kryptonite for the longest time.
My nemesis.
Yeah, panic situation.
I'm frightened.
So, but yeah, the horror stories Michelle's told me from like DJs and things like that is that people have shown up like spilt like drinks over the hall. You have to have a barrier now between you and the people, otherwise cables get kicked out and people kicking off, like you said, they don't have the music. And the problem is you got to go by the client, what they've said, what they've booked you for.
Yeah.
And then you get people coming up going like, give us ABBA.
Do you know what I say to him? If I'm in a bad mood, I'll be like, do I look like Spotify? Do you think I've got every song? I haven't. Like, come on now. I'm a human being. If you want to listen to Ed Sheeran. So I was doing like a rave section at a gig once. This woman requested Ed Sheeran consistently.
Okay.
And I was like, but let me just turn off like Rhythm of the Night and just play Gonna Pick Up the Pieces, Build a Lego House. Like, the crowd would love that.
But also, like, if she keeps there's only so much you can play of one artist in one night, unless it's a specific theme, like, it's a Queen night, so we're all gonna and obviously they have such a back catalogue, but it's like, we're not gonna play like 4 Ed Sheeran songs a night. Like, that's insane.
And it was a rave gig.
Yeah.
Like 90s dance. But
Yeah.
she kept persistent. And in the end, I just said, I'm not Spotify. I don't have Ed Sheeran, sorry. I did, but I just couldn't play it.
Yeah, that's not
It would
happening.
have killed the vibe.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even if Ed Sheeran had been there himself and come out, people would be like, mate, take your ginger hair and your mini guitar, get the hell out of here. It's a rave night,
Don't tell my nanny's ginger.
Well, you know why he's ginger, don't you?
We know why, Richard Crawshaw. Was he from Merthyr, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, there's got to be some connection back to Merthyr, I reckon,
Yeah, it must be.
the ironworks and everything. It's like Genghis Khan. Do you know that? Like, everyone has, like, worldwide, because he was so prevalent and such a horrible guy, obviously, R word all over the place, Genghis Khan, that most people now, in some way, shape, or form, have DNA tracing back to him.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fascinating. It's mad.
Scary.
It's scary, yeah.
To have that much of an imprint on the world,
Yeah. But my nan said, like, everyone... I obviously don't know if my nan is a gospel source of fact.
Yeah.
But she read it in a history book or something.
Okay.
That he did that to a lot of people in the town.
I'd love to get the source on that. We'll have to get the book out and find out if that's what it said.
Betty down the library told me.
Yeah, she's like, I didn't read the book personally. I did
gossip down the library.
a classic podcast, which is just people used to just have conversations back then,
Yeah.
Betty down the library. That should be a podcast. I'd listen to that.
Betty down Bettus.
Bettus Betty. That sounds like a song.
Betty.
Oh, Bettus Betty. Bang.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Cool. I've had a lot of fun. I don't know how we're doing for time.
1 hour and 15.
Oh, we've gone well over.
Oh, well, sorry.
No, don't say sorry. We've got plenty to cut down to. Is there anything else you wanted to mention? Is there anything you wanted to get off your chest? Or
No, I'm...
No, done? Fine?
Yeah,
Get
all
the
good.
fuck out of my side, Katie.
Get out of
out.
my way.
Nice. I think if you had a podcast, you should finish everyone with like picking your nose and just wiping it on the guest.
It's been a great time.
It's over. We are done.
It's been a nice time.
Cool. Well, yeah, thank you for doing this.
Hey amigos, hope you enjoyed that. Make sure to follow Katie on social media, Katie Owen. Find out what DJing antics she's up to and what stand-up comedy she's doing also. She's joining me in Pontedawe Art Center next weekend for a Christmas-themed show that we're recording for broadcast later in the year. Is it too early to be doing Christmas material? Based on the reaction at Aberystwyth Comedy Festival yesterday, yes, but the audience laughed and that's all that matters. Next week, going to be chatting to Leila Navabi, a fantastic comic based here in Wales, good friend of mine. It's a really funny chat once again, so make sure you like, listen and subscribe. If you're feeling very generous, leave us a review also. Take care. Gracias.